One thing I wanted to talk to about today is the red pill movement. Uh, this has the red pill movement on YouTube. I'm not entirely sure how old it is, but when I was in college, I think that was a little over 7 years ago. I found out about the red pill movement. I think I was probably 23 or 24 at the time when I already more so 22 or 23. That's more accurate. When I found out about the red pill, and like most people, I went through what is known as the red pill rage, or better known as finding out the truth and getting angry because of the truth, because there's things you weren't taught in life, and you were taught to believe that all women are, these innocent, angelic beings that can do no wrong, and you come to realize that that is further from the truth. That women's greatest strengths are lying and deceiving um, and being able to talk, because men, our greatest strength is strength, physical. We if there's something we want, back in old times, we would physically get what we want, whereas women, they are weaker, so their form of strength relies upon words of truth or lie. So I learned about the red pill movement years ago, and yeah, I became angry and I held a lot of resentment. But I decided to not let it show when it comes to talking to people. I decided that I wasn't gonna tell certain people my beliefs, because first of all, the red pill, it's a hard pill to swallow, and you're either gonna be shunned or looked weird on, and that's something I just didn't want to waste my time doing. So I looked at the opposite sex with contempt, and and I also started seeing them for what they truly were, as well as being more skeptical of everyone I see, which is a good thing in and of itself. The red pill is good knowledge because it teaches you how to be cautious. It teaches you to, um, you know, uh, be more mindful of your decisions, because marriage isn't something like to be taken lightly. Some idiot bimbo can destroy your life in in a matter of months after you get married. So the red pill is very, very valuable information. Mm, then there's the teachings of the hedonistic teachings of red pill, which is, if there is no point to marriage because divorce grapes happen, then then you should just sleep around with whoever you want, whomever you want. And that is also wrong, because that's how diseases spread, STDs spread. So that's also wrong. And you can't follow religious. You can't be a um, a traditional person in today's world. If you want traditional values, you have to look at traditional people. You The stupidest thing you can ever do is expect someone to be a certain way because they expect you to be a certain way. For example, a bunch of women today still want men to be traditional, pay for things, pay for her stuff, take care of her, pay for first dates, etc. But then you turn around and look at them and they're not traditional, they're being 304s, they have tattoos, they have high body counts, etc. Uh, so to summarize the red pill, it is the red pill is knowledge given to us by older, wiser people who have lived through hardships and who are giving us information to change the future or to avoid going through the same hardships that they went through. So the red pill is very crucial information that everyone, especially every man, should learn. And there's idiot men who are against the red pill, and um, they're mostly most of the people who are against the red pill. It's because of the red pill rage, because of uh, the people who are very angry, the toxic, uh, the people who become toxic because they learn the truth and they hate the truth and they cannot cope with reality. So they just start going through this negative downward spiral and they start spreading toxic hate online. And that's one of the reasons why some uh, red pill people are hated because of that. But um, it's still very important knowledge that everyone should know because at the end of the day, anger is a legitimate response in the face of injustice. Passive aggressive is not a virtue. So being angry, I'm not saying being angry is a good thing, but being angry because of injustice is a good thing. Uh, and and if you just let injustice happen, then that's stupid. So so the red pill is good knowledge. The black pill teaches looks maxing, which it also makes sense, and it it I don't think it as looks maxing. If anything, it's more so taking care of yourself. You damn lazy person. So everyone should be taking care of themselves, both men and women, and those uh, land whales who don't take care of themselves and still think they're 12 out of 10 in the hot chart of women are the most ridiculous, stupid people there are. Like, uh, they fail to realize how how desperate some men are in dating apps that they'll just swipe right on everything. I guess they don't realize that some men on dating apps just swipe right on everything, and just because they see Bamington swiping right on them, they think they're an automatic 10 out of 10. It's just so preposterous. But deep down, they know they're not a 10 out of 10. So, both the black pill and blue and red pill are two very important sources of knowledge, and everyone should be red pilled and blue and black pilled. It's just basically everyone should have that knowledge, and And throughout the years, I've come to the realization that um, it seems women want men to go back to the plantations, and that's what Red Pill used to call it. The plantations meaning marriage, and men giving everything to women. Women want us to go back to the plantations, and the only way that will ever happen by most red pill men and red pill men, um, they will go back to the plantations if you get rid of certain laws. For example, um, divorce laws are so horrible that it doesn't make it's very inconvenient for someone to get married. So, um, marriage used to be a sanctimonious thing, that should have been kept out from the state, but now the state has weaponized marriage against men to the point where men no longer want to get married, and now everyone's just doing hookup culture because women are so easy, and that's another thing. Women are really easy because they'll just give it out to Chad Bamington, and when later on when they're 30 plus year olds, and they have two kids, or no kids, whatever, then they decide they're ready to settle down when the jowls, the wrinkles, uh, loose cat energy, and all that bad stuff related to women starts coming up on them at age 30. Then that's when they want to settle down. But they haven't realized that uh, women are just. This is what I learned in school, and in life in general. Women are stupid. And they're too stupid to realize that men have caught on. They think we're stupid because we're not emotionally intelligent, because we do not manipulate, because we use physical force to get what we want. We do not need to manipulate someone else to try to get what we want because we can use physical force or intimidate. And because they don't see us as manipulators, they think we're stupid. But being intelligent doesn't mean being a good manipulator. It just means you're a good manipulator. So those are two very different things. Intelligence is something else. So that's what I've learned. Women are not smart at all. So I'm not saying. Well, here's the thing. There was uh, there was research done, and it was found out that women's brains are 20% smaller than males' brains, uh, and that doesn't necessarily mean we are more intelligent, although it could mean that because a bigger brain uh, is a good thing in a human because whales have the biggest. I think whales have the biggest brains in the world, but they're not intelligent at all, or else they would have like spaceships and stuff. Uh, but when it comes to the grooves and ridges, that's where the intelligence happens in the brain. But our brain, the male brain, is 20% bigger. One of the lies I learned in college was that women mature faster than men. That is a big lie. When in reality, they should have said it as women physically mature faster than men. Women sexually mature faster than men. That is a fact. Whereas real maturity has been found to come from the prefrontal cortex of the brain. That is the front part of the brain where your forehead is. That's where your prefrontal cortex is. And that part of the brain has been associated with rational decision making. And for both men and women, it has been found that the prefrontal cortex does not mature until you are the age of 25. So they have lied to you. Women do not mature faster than men. Both men and women mature at the same time. At the age of 25 is when that part of the brain fully matures. Well, that was information that I learned studying psychology, and it's funny cuz my psychology teacher was a woman, and when I realized this in class, um I decided to bring up that topic. I'm like, wait, it's a lie. Women do not mature faster than men. We mature at the same time. And she kind of like shushed me and laughed. In other words, she was trying to keep it a secret, trying to keep the truth a secret, which was, you can't keep the secret from someone like me. I found out because I actually read. And most people don't seem to read in school, from what I've learned. They just accept what the teachers tell them. So, going back to the brain and maturity, like I said, well, like science said, the brain for both men and women does not mature until you are at the age of 25, with the caveats of your brain will not mature if you are doing drugs and alcohol, if you are probably not having enough sleep, not getting enough nutrients for your brain. That's going to delay brain maturity growth. So that's why some people don't mature until like their late 30s or whatever, and they're still acting like they're in high school or something, still doing stupid things, etc. And that's something I learned when I was 21 years old, because I was actually reading books and stuff. I'm not saying I'm the most mature person, but I stayed away from drugs. I obviously did drink alcohol, but I'm not a heavy drinker. I'm more of a social. I'm more of a social drinker, and I feel like I've matured reasonably well compared to some people in my cohort. To summarize, that's my opinion of the red pill. It is valuable information that every male should learn about female nature. The black pill is valuable information. It's just looks maxine as well as other things that you should do. And just to know that more than likely you will go through a phase called the red pill rage. And that is like I said, anger is a legitimate response in the face of injustice. Um, Passive aggressive is not a virtue. Being passive aggressive is not a virtue. So, I'm not saying, be angry, start doing violent things or whatever, but I'm just saying that what you're feeling is acceptable to feel, and, just accept the red pill, and try to get over it as fast as you possibly can. For some people, it takes years. Uh, for some people, they go through the bad experience of having the red pill uh, given to them because of a divorce or a girlfriend, etc. But taking the red pill before it happens uh, is a way better outcome for you in life because it opens your eyes to female nature. Monkey branching, the six sixes, 600 power horse car, six-figure income, six-pack abs, 6 feet tall, and 6 inches below the belt, etc. So it's like you realize that women are really picky and they want the top 1% guy, which is uh, very impossible. That's why most of them are still single and they're going to Home Depot being annoying, trying to find men all over the damn place, and it's just so annoying. Like, dude, you had your fun, and now you're trying to settle down. Most intelligent men won't settle down with an old woman, and I implore that you too do not settle, especially do not settle down with an old woman who has skeletons in her closet, because that's just gonna bring a whole lot of unwanted problems. Like, you do not want to raise someone else's child. You do not want to uh, suffer through her bitter resentment towards her exes forced upon to you. So that's the red pill. The black pill is you do not deserve anything. If you do not look smacks yourself as much as possible, some people sadly even looks maxing won't help them. But it's still important to try and look smacks yourself as well as uh, being socially adept. That's also a good thing. Um, most people won't ever be in a relationship, and you have to come to terms with that you probably really won't be in a relationship. But you see, that is a very kind of nihilistic way of viewing life. Although, but I I'm I'm also a Christian, meaning that I see a future different from what you see. I see a future where things are different, where the rich don't dictate us, where the government doesn't dictate us, a future where peace is abundant, where we aren't forced to work a 9 to 5 job and, you know, for slave labor, where money isn't a problem for anyone, where illnesses, sickness, and injury doesn't happen, a future where it's paradise, a future where there will be no more tears, no more unhappiness, no more inequality. And that's what I see. So when it comes to stuff like the red pill, black pill, it did affect me at a certain point in time, but I feel like in my day and age, I feel like I've overcome that, and that's a good thing for me. And I hope you're able to overcome that yourself, because I know that being in that uh, frame of mind is not a good. It's not good.